Of the last poets, UMAR BIN HASSAN. Yeah, how y'all doing?
Can y'all hear me on this mic? Yeah. Okay, like it's not going to be no long thing about Gil. I'm just going to tell you that, we were contemporaries. We were brothers in the culture. We were brothers in the streets. And he was a friend, and I was a friend of his. And Gil was a brilliant man. Also, he was a blues man. A lot of people think he was a spoken word artist, but Gil was a blues man. He liked the blues. He lived like an old blues man on the edge, He died like a blues man, on the edge. But he was a wonderful brother, and he's gone now. And everybody talk about how terrible his, sad his ending was. No, his ending was beautiful and wonderful because he ain't got to go through all that disillusionment, more disappointment, frustration, loneliness, and pain. What was really terrible and sad was how he lived the last years. That was terrible and sad. But we all gonna miss him. And when I was out in California doing some gigs when I heard about him, and it just knocked me out the box. But the beautiful thing, that all these young poets all over the country started calling me, asking me how I was doing. That was beautiful. A lot of young poets all of this started calling me, how you doing? Are you okay? I'm fine, I'm well. Because everybody has known that I've been somewhat of a devil in disguise at times myself, But I had to change up. Because death is good, but it's not, you don't want it too soon, You want to live a little bit before you die. So I decided I want to live a little bit more before I die. But that's what happened to gig. And so, before I do this poem, let's give a wonderful hand for all this great talent that was up here before me. And for this wonderful band. When I was growing up in Akron, oh yeah, I'm a Buckeye, I'm from Akron. When I first started, people asked me, Akron, where's that at? It's in Ohio, That's what they say. But they always told me, when we was growing up in Dayton, we always knew two things about Dayton. You can always either find a good job or a good musician in Dayton. That was the thing. You find a good job or a good musician in Dayton. So listen, I'm going to do this poem for Gil. It's called Personal Things. It's the thing I do with the group. That's the thing I do. Time in becomes time out. Group anxieties become personal doubt. Expressing ourselves in dots and dashes, pure cocaine and false eyelashes. Living inside words that seem to lie. Living inside excuses that pass us by. Living inside loneliness becomes a high. Living gets mixed up with wanting to die. A daily question of going insane while tormenting one another, trying to ease the strain. Dreaming of tomorrows we'd like to know. Repressing our thoughts, but wanting to grow. The heart and soul are not involved. Idle chatter becomes reality while problems go unsolved. Prearranged, prefabricated, and preconditioned, we're baptized, advertised, and posthumously mentioned. Weaned and groomed for the glow of applause, living off the mercy of unwritten laws. Shell-shocked patrons making peace with God while admiring the acrobatics of a junkie's knife. Turned into robots through the power of suggestion, we seek an answer and become the question. Afraid we might die before we live, blessed with life, but then afraid to give. We want to be amorous, glamorous, and larger than life. Our cheap illusions become high-priced strife, losing ourselves in times of despair, becoming self-defeaters of unusual flair. We rush towards the beginning that might be the end. We sit in the darkness and try to pretend, pointing fingers while our insides bleed, committing suicide to fulfill a need. Highly intelligent in a very low way. We speak of resisting, but have nothing to say. We touch religion, and make it seem like hell. But then we touch unholy dreams and wish them well. Faith is replaced with apathy and grief. Indifference is made acceptable, and then a belief. Our left eyes all glitter, while our right are blind. We submit to this madness and hope it is kind. Distraught women seeking compassion while turning tricks in high woman fashion, finding love at the expense of losing their cool, looking for happiness but finding a fool. Their moments of trust become deceitful charms, one night stands in strangers' arms, carousing with disaster in very high places, while cutting off noses to spite their faces. While the men play games of power and glory, touch the remnants of an old war story. Outside themselves, inside their heads, top secret discussions on waterbeds. Men without neither rhyme nor reason, lost in the depths of mental treason, abstract victims of the American dream. Victims of a disguised but well-planned scheme. Victims of a subtle but dangerous game. Rugged individualism with a psychotic name. We confuse the normal and we exalt the extreme. We make war a reality and call peace a dream. American contradictions in black and white, we illuminate contradiction and call it the light. America provides you with fortune and fame while stealing your soul for its own acclaim. With the English language at its command, it perpetuates illusion throughout the land, running big game in tiny print. Before you've got it, it's already spent, making sacrificial lambs of the middle class, indulging in rhetoric with its head that bellows you to sleep with the 6 o'clock news, and then wakes you up and spoon feeds you lose. But from the darkness of ourselves, we can find a brighter day. Understanding and truth must show the way to understand that every man's color will not be as hard. To go inside yourselves is where it must start. To learn to be considerate, to learn to be humane, to learn to use power and not become vain. To understand you can be strong and not be crude. You can be outspoken and not be rude. To revile the tyrant, to protect the weak, to ensure the innocent the right to be meek. To look on the sea and understand its motion. To understand tenderness and give it devotion. To understand courtesy and to make it a pact. To understand what love is and make it a fact, because we all must struggle, we all must try, because somewhere in the future we all must die. But to leave a legacy which will long unfurl, that ours too was a struggle for a better world. Thank you, David. Thank you. Thank you, Dayton. I'm on my way out of here. Good luck to Signature. And y'all be in peace. Come on, let's go.